I was curious if you had any stories about the great Muta. I remember when he first came to JCP, although it wasn't JCP, WCW in 1989. I was captivated by him as a 4-year-old. I followed his career ever since, and in my opinion, he is one of the greatest workers of all time, and in my top 10 list of greatest wrestlers. Any stories you have would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, well, I always loved Muta's time in WCW because, especially for a lot of it, I was on the booking committee with Flair, or under Flair, I should say. And, so we got the chance to book him in matches and come up with finishes and shit. It was so his command of English was sketchy at that point. It seemed like, or maybe he understood more and we just, chose not to reveal it. I don't know. But athletically in the ring, he could do anything, and he was right there, and he was exciting, and the people loved the moonsault. As a matter of fact, he was a heel, but he could have turned easily. And they were talking in the spring of '90, and I was in the camp, I believe, of turning him babyface at some point, not immediately or whatever. But I remember Flair saying that he thought that Muta didn't either want to be a babyface, didn't think he'd be over as a babyface, or whatever the fuck, or maybe he wasn't even staying there. I don't know. How long did he end up staying before he went back to Japan?
He got there in, I want to say, the early spring of '89, and he was gone by the first month of 1990. Because wasn't the last night he was in the Clash of Champions where Sting got hurt?
It may have been. So about an hour. Or about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. No, about a year, rather. So anyway, I think he would have been a huge babyface.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch that match right after the Horsemen turned on Sting, and it's Ole, Arn, and Flair versus the Dragon Master, Muta, and Buzz Sawyer, Muta is the biggest babyface by far. I mean, more than even Flair. And even, Flair, when he was a heel, still got cheered in a lot of places. But Muta, They were ready for Muta, and it never happened. And
well, but when you think about it, and it wasn't that long after he went back home, he's been involved in a lot more big shit over in Japan than he would have been over here, and figured in a lot better for his career over the long run. So
there were stories that maybe Gary Hart put it in his head that he'll never work as a babyface in America.
And that may very well have been also because I don't think Gary was going to hang his managerial hat on the Dragon Master, keeping him in a top spot. So that may very well have happened also.